Also, Maju, thank you so much for welcoming us at the project last week, showing us around, giving us special treatment, and giving us all the information, being available the whole week and today. So that's awesome. And definitely thank you, Sean, for bringing Charity Makeover to remote year. Let you do the presentation and show what everybody did together.
All right, so I'm just going to recap what we did today. So we did a startup weekend in Lisbon. This was an idea. I don't know how many people know. How many people know what startup weekend is? A good portion, right? So we went through the startup weekend and we thought that was awesome. What if we did this though, and instead of taking a group of people who are really smart working on these like new project ideas, what if we just found a local charity at the place we're traveling and decided to back that charity, because that doesn't go away. They have some needs, they're already there, they could definitely benefit from our skills. And unlike Startup Weekend where you work on these projects and then they evaporate after the week, or after that goes away, the charity's gonna be there and that you're gonna do some real good for them. So that was the initial idea, is like, let's try this concept out. We met Maju, actually Alina, I think you found Maju, visited the sanctuary a week ago today. And about 10 or 14 of us took video, pictures, walked around, met them, like tried to figure out their needs, understand it. And in the last week, we kind of teed up today's work. And I'm gonna let everyone go around and just actually say what they contributed today, and I'll show actually what the output was. So, Vika, what did you work on?
Sure, so I kind of worked with you on the initial outreach to Maju and worked with her to set up the initial on-site visit. Took the group out there, and since then I've been working with Sean on the back end to kind of help from the project management standpoint, set things up. And then today I spent a lot of my day setting up materials to hand off to Meraki, so we have a seamless transition onto them and they can continue this effort, lay out a little bit of a roadmap for them in terms of what we think we need to do, and then even beyond that for the next groups that come. And lastly, just kind of help with some low-hanging fruit, setting up TripAdvisor pages and Google, all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So when we went to visit the project, I was taking lots of photos, which are now serving as the monkey profile photos, which is really exciting to see. Otherwise, I've been photo editing all day. I've been working on copy for the monkey profiles, copy for the site, copy for the splash page, and that's what I've been up to.
Proud monkey supporter.
Some content stuff, working on monkey profiles. Kind of talked about the direction for marketing and how to push that forward. And yeah, tons of fun.
Yeah, same stuff, content, strategy, marketing.
Yep, just copy.
And same stuff, right?
We stop by each other for a reason.
Eating.
And bonding with them, obviously.
Okay, something a little different. Got them set up on wave accounting and with kind of some projections around revenue and expenses, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so I was kind of not really helping with that, but
Yeah, help, girl.
but yeah, setting up accounts, so the PayPal account, the social media accounts. Just basically somewhere between the accounts and social media. I was back and forth. There's still a lot to do.
Kind of help take the social media stuff that you set up and help put them onto the page. Also just kind of went through some minor bug things to fix.
And then helped out a little bit with the marketing strategy and the donation thresholds.
I helped design the website, CSS the shit out of it, coordinated all the content, where it belongs, how to structure the site, all of that.
I did a little bit of content writing as well, a couple pages. So
You read all this. Her mother started this sanctuary like 22 years ago, so this thing's been running for a while. But can you just maybe explain like what this is all about, what you guys do a little bit?
Yeah, of course. We are working in sanctuary with one of the most commercialized species in Argentina. The species called mono caraya, mono aullador negro. They live in Chaco, Corrientes, Formosa, and Norte de Santa Fe. They are hunted when they are just babies to be sold as pets. The way to be hunted is by killing the mother. When the mother is died, they take the baby and they put some drugs and alcohol on the baby, so it's more calm. And that's the way that they sell it. Once the people just buy it in the root in the north, So when they have the monkey in the car and the effects of the alcohol and drugs just go away, they have a wild animal in the car. Some of them just take the monkey through the window, put it in the zoos. The problem in the zoos is that the species have a real big problem living in cages because they got depressed, stop eating, and then die. So they can live in cages. They just live a few months in cages. It's illegal to have a monkey, to sell and to buy a monkey. So there's a lot of people that have problems with the police and with the law because having a wild animal in the house. So there's a lot of people that the police a lot of times take the monkeys from the houses. And also there's a lot of people that take voluntarily the monkey to the sanctuary because they know that that's the best place for a wild animal. And what we are doing in the sanctuary is basically to teach the monkeys to be monkeys again. It's a long it's a long program. At first we put them all together in cages, so they start knowing how it's to be a monkey, how to eat, what's the diet, how it's dynamic living in a group because there's an animal that live in groups. So when they're learned all those stuff, they're ready to be free. And that's where we put it in some of the groups in the sanctuary. And that's the first part of the program, and in the other part of the program is to put all those monkeys that are already free and they already learned all those stuff, take them back to the jungle in Misiones. So that's like the last part of the program.
Maju, I'd love to know like what made you go out on a limb and trust this random group of people to help you with this?
That's because we are Argentina and we trust everyone. Actually, we were having a really complicated situation in the sanctuary because we are not too many people and we have a lot of expenses, a lot of things to pay, a lot of things to do, and there's people that is working with the animals, like feeding them, cleaning the cages, and doing all the stuff. It's not able to do this kind of work, like solve the situation. And then one just opened my mailbox and it was a strange email, and it was like, yeah, what is okay? And then we have a Skype meeting, and I met Sean and Nick and his dog.
Coach's dog.
Coach's dog. And yeah, they explained to me a bit about where we're working and what's the job about, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And then they visited the sanctuary, and I read more about you and what Charity Makeover is doing and what Remote Year is doing, and it's all amazing. And so yeah, that's your work. It's amazing, and you're going to help a lot of things. You're going to help a lot of people. You're going to help a lot of animals. Not only the monkeys, the pumas, the dogs, the llamas, the pig, everything. You're going to, yeah, the pig. I know you did all this because it was So I just want to thank you so much because you're doing an amazing job for a good reason, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Today that we didn't know is that this program has actually like an act 2, which is once these 2 parts are completed and they're able to actually start repatriating them into the wild, they're going to the Aboriginal lands where the problem actually started from. The poverty there drove these people to actually poach the monkeys to create this issue in the first place. So provided we can help get them over the hump and get them successful enough where they're now able to go buy some land and then go do that, they could then also take those funds and hire those folks, and now the people that created the problem could also be then now taking care of the monkeys in the situation, right? So that was, so the goal that we started with, Nick and I, after we had that conversation, we said, what can we do? And the concept we came up with was, what if we could do like a scholarship program, or almost like a monkey Kickstarter, where you could actually crowdfund and pick your monkey and then actually, make it really personal for the visitor, and then give them also basically a platform to do whatever we need to do fundraising wise to meet these goals over time. So that was the vision here. I'll show you now what we actually did. Keep in mind, all of this was literally done in a day. Wow. So it's
better the copy the headline stuff just because public hearing.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not gonna be able to see this unless you zoom in, but I don't think it matters. Like it's caraya.org. It'll be live by the time that people watch this. But basically, Eddie made an incredible video. That was the first thing. You came in this morning and saw that, and I think that set the tone for the day, right?
Shall we play it? Yeah, can we play the
Yeah, let's play the video,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
Do we have, I don't think we have
It's
a,
admission, yeah.
I don't know if it's loud enough. We'll try it.
Someone at Janet was having Wi-Fi problems.
My name is Mashu Pizza. I'm working as
That's about a third cut off too.
Yeah. We'll stream another today. But ultimately, I'll just demo the piece that matters here. The site came together. All this stuff is functional. It's got a volunteer submission thing. We had like the company that I work for, Pagely, donated the hosting. Active Campaign donated a CRM system and automation. We now have like the ability to solicit volunteers. We have the ability to give folks directions and help people visit the physical site. And then the biggest piece of this is the crowdfunding aspect. So we have this like monkey Kickstarter thing now where folks can come in here. I'll just show you how this works. And we tried as best as possible to use the actual names, but let's see. Otis is our guy, so we're going to show Otis. So for $5 we can feed Otis for a week. For $25 we can feed him rehabilitation services for a month. For $100 provide for a full year with food, veterinary services, and rehab. And for $300 take care of him for a year. $60 feed the monkey for a year. So we have these different levels. Go through here, contribute. All this stuff works.
And how can you pay?
It's via credit card online right now. Yeah, so we actually made him a PayPal account.
So everybody at the end of this presentation, you know the URL? Zen?
Exactly. Sorry, let me show you. Up and in. So yeah, I'm actually not going to enter my credit card on camera. But you get the point. So you contribute, it's all wired up. It's going to go to the PayPal account that we just created for them today. Whenever they get a chance to link that to their bank account, then that's a full picture. Jacinda set up Wave Accounting. We have literally like the full operation pulled together in a day. So this is kind of like Extreme Home Makeover. We just made their house today. Maju may that help you guys. Oh, and this is the coolest thing about this, you guys. So we just started all this. We have the Trello board still. So all these great ideas that we had that we tabled that we couldn't accomplish in one day, guess what? There's 10 groups that are following us, or 10 out of 12 months, I think. There's people in this city. So we can just like literally pass the torch to Meraki next month. They'll pass it to Libertatum. They'll pass it to Veritas. This can continue, ad infinitum. We can do this for other charities. Like this model should work really well. So that's it. Hopefully this works well. Thank you guys so much. Questions? Or we good?
This is
This is what I brought to the project.
Where's the awkward?
Yeah.
I found out already in this city, don't you
Oh,
worry.
it's gonna be a long, awkward filming episode. Here we go. So next one.
Is the birthday bar?
Oh, you
You want to be honest, sir? You would be honest.
I found out already into
Hold that top down just in case it fires off.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There you go. Now. Watch it light.
Shit.